So, what is the accounting treatment? What is the accounting treatment? Accounting treatment. What do we debit? What do we credit? Debit, credit. Okay, let's start with input VAT. Um, we purchase table for 500,000 plus 16.5% VAT. Okay, how are we recording this? Okay, so 16.5% of 500,000 is what? 82,500. What we are paying, what we are actually paying is how much? As a manufacturer, we paid 82,500 plus 500,000. Okay. So when you are buying, what do you buying your, let's say you're a retailer, you buy tables, okay, for resale. You're in a trading business. Okay. What do you debit? What do you credit? Okay. So when you're purchasing, obviously you debit your purchases. Okay. All right. How much are we debiting? Okay. So um we will debit only, we will debit to purchases only the what? The amount before before VAT, right? Where will the other debit go? Obviously, um, if you have a creditor, that is, we have bought, the assumption is we have bought this table on credit. Okay, so the creditor will be will owe the credit how much? 582,000. But where will the other debit go? The other debit will go to VAT. How much? 82,500. Why is this the case? It's because we'll be paying, or let's say we have paid by cash, okay, or bank. We have paid this one, okay. So it means um we have paid together with what? With VAT. But this one in our records will not show it as part of our purchases, because the other part, this one will go to the revenue collecting body. Okay, so for the purchases or for input VAT, you debit purchases and also debit what? VAT. And then the credit goes to the credit goes to bank. That is if you have bought it by cash, or it'll go to what? You credit the creditor. Or nowadays we call it payables or accounts payables. Right. So that's the double entry for what? For input, VAT. Now for output VAT. For output VAT, what happens? We are selling. So when you are selling goods or services, there are two types of sales. One, by cash, and two, on credit. Okay. Let's assume this is we are selling on cash basis. So what will be the debit? Obviously, if you are sell on cash, you debit cash or bank with the full amount. Let's suppose we are selling this one now. Instead of purchasing, we are saying, instead of purchasing, we are selling, this is, okay, we are selling at 500,000 plus VAT. So we will debit the whole amount of 582, 500, 582, 500. We'll debit the whole amount. Okay, we debit the whole amount. Then on the credit side, we're saying sales. Okay, sales will only be 500,000 because that money we have collected on behalf of the tax revenue collecting body. Okay, the IRA or the Malawi Revenue Authority. And the other credit will go to what? To VAT as our what? As our output VAT. So it'll be 82,500. Right. So as a journal, let's balance it. And here again, let's balance it. Okay. To check if the debit equals to credit, we just say equals that one, that cell, and equals that one is true. Okay. Let's also balance this one. We say sum that one and sum this one. The debit equals the credit. True. So this is what happens. So this is the double entry. Okay. For the output VAT, this is what happens. For the output VAT, this is what happens. For the input VAT, this is also what happens. All right. Let me see if in the assignment. Okay, yes. So using this as examples, this case, this assignment, let's look at the accounting treatment for the assignment. So here we are selling only. Okay, we are selling only. So what do we do? So this is what will happen. We just based on on here on this one, right? So suppose all these sales, because in a shop or a supermarket, you cannot buy stuff on credit. It's rare, especially for big organizations. They get items on credit using the LPO or the local purchase order. So for this one, the assumption is that all customers are paying cash. So here the journal entry will be for what? For output VAT, because we're talking about the sales. So let's look at the accounting treatment. So as you said, the output, so we're saying sales, or let's start with cash, cash or bank. That's the one we'll debit. Then the credit will be sales, and the other credit will be what? VAT. Okay. So how much will be the cash? Okay. Uh, this is the cash. How much will be the sales? Our actual sales will be this one, that is before VAT. How much? What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Okay, so let me just push it up. This is supposed to be there. This is supposed to be there. Yes. And how much is for VAT? So you go and select that one. That's the VAT. So let me add the debit side. I add the debit side. And also I add the credit side, and I also add the what? Uh, the debit side. Okay. So we have closed okay. We have closed that. Okay. So this is the double entry. And if you want to check that the debit equals the credit, you find that it's what? It's true there. So this is the journal entry for what? Um, for our assignment here. At the end of the day, this is the general ledger impact. All right. So for now, let me stop there. Thank you.